that as much as we have now the reign of King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla, the future is William and Kate.
And their children as well.
Princess Charlotte is really coming into her personality. The 7-year-old royal attended the Commonwealth Games with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and she shines in the spotlight.
Queen Camilla's shocking outburst over Princess Charlotte wearing Diana's tiara has left everyone wondering what's really going on behind closed doors. The Spencer Tiara, a priceless piece of Princess Diana's legacy, has sparked a royal clash that no one saw coming. Camilla, who's already had a complicated journey in the royal family, now faces a battle that could change everything. Will Charlotte claim the tiara, or will Camilla's influence step in? What's at the heart of this dramatic royal showdown? Join us as we explore the real reasons behind Queen Camilla's shocking outburst. A royal heirloom or a symbol of tension? Princess Charlotte's future tiara is causing quite a stir behind palace doors, and it all leads back to a royal rivalry that refuses to fade. The young princess is set to inherit the iconic Spencer Tiara, the same dazzling headpiece her grandmother, Princess Diana, wore on her wedding day. While this should be a touching family tradition, Queen Camilla is reportedly less than thrilled about it. Unlike most royal jewels, the Spencer Tiara isn't part of the official crown collection. It belongs to the Spencer family and has been passed down for generations. Diana's brother, Earl Spencer, is keeping the tradition alive by planning to give it to Charlotte when she's older. Considering Charlotte is Diana's only granddaughter, it seems like a fitting choice. But inside the palace, whispers suggest Camilla isn't happy about this decision. Charlotte, just 8 years old, already knows about her grandmother's legacy. She has seen pictures of Diana wearing the stunning tiara and reportedly loves the idea of having something that once belonged to her. Like many young girls, Charlotte enjoys playing dress-up with toy tiaras, but this one is special. It's a connection to the grandmother she never got to meet. While Charlotte's family sees this as a sweet and sentimental gesture, Camilla reportedly has other thoughts. Some insiders claim she believes the tiara should remain within the Spencer family and not be given to Charlotte just yet. Others suspect there's more to the story. Given the complicated history between Diana, Charles, and Camilla, anything linked to Diana remains a sensitive topic. What's raising eyebrows even more is the apparent double standard. Over the years, Camilla has worn several pieces of Diana's old jewelry in public. These appearances have sparked criticism, with many questioning why it's acceptable for Camilla to wear Diana's jewels while Charlotte inheriting her grandmother's tiara causes such an issue. Obviously, the tiara symbolizes more than just a piece of jewelry. It represents a legacy that still holds weight within the royal family. Charlotte may be too young to fully understand the controversy, but as she grows, she'll likely realize the true significance of what she's set to inherit. But the question remains: how will Princess Charlotte handle this legacy, knowing that the past still casts a long shadow over the royal family? Diana's enduring legacy. Even after all these years, Diana's legacy still casts a long shadow, and the tensions surrounding her memory haven't faded, especially when it's linked with Camilla. In January 2022, Queen Camilla made a move that left royal fans furious. She took one of Diana's most famous necklaces and turned it into a brooch. The emerald and diamond necklace was a gift from the Queen Mother to Diana, and it became one of her most iconic looks, especially when she wore it as a choker during her Australian tour. Camilla's decision to alter the necklace felt personal. To many, it seemed an intentional statement, given the complicated history between the two women. The public reaction was instant, with royal watchers calling it disrespectful. The issue wasn't just about the jewels themselves, but what they symbolized. Charles and Camilla's controversial affair is also a reason for this tension. Their relationship didn't start in a fairy tale way. It began as an affair while Charles was married to Diana. Their past wasn't just gossip. It shaped how people viewed the royal family for years. Even now, with Diana gone and Camilla officially queen, people still compare them. So when Camilla stepped out, wearing and changing Diana's jewelry was a reminder of the past. Jewelry expert Maxwell Stone pointed out that while royal jewels are often passed down, This particular piece carried deep emotional weight. Many wondered, why this necklace? Why now? Social media exploded with debates over whether this was a subtle power move or just poor judgment. The relationship between Diana and Camilla was never friendly, and trust was never part of the equation. When Diana first met Camilla, she had no idea that Charles and Camilla had a romantic past. According to royal biographer Penny Junor, Diana only learned the truth after she had already agreed to marry Charles. Imagine the shock, finding out that the woman being nice to you used to date your fiancé and still had a hold on him. Then came the now infamous lunch. According to Andrew Morton's book, Diana, Her True Story, Camilla invited Diana to lunch while Charles was away on royal duties. At first, it seemed like an innocent attempt to bond, but something felt off. Camilla kept steering the conversation toward hunting, asking if Diana would go hunting with Charles after they were married. Diana, who had zero interest in hunting, casually said no. That's when she saw Camilla's face light up with relief. In that moment, Diana realized what was really happening. This wasn't just small talk. Camilla was sizing up her competition. Diana later admitted that Camilla had always been in the background of her marriage, and she wasn't wrong.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
But how did Diana's painful marriage and its aftermath shape the royal family? And why does her legacy still captivate us today? The royal rebel who changed everything. Princess Diana's legacy remains as powerful today as it was during her lifetime. Decades after her tragic passing in 1997,
that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident, and that her partner, Dodi Fayed, has also been killed.
she is still one of the most loved royals in history. Why? Because she did things differently. She was a princess, a mother, and a passionate humanitarian. Diana didn't just attend royal events, smile for the cameras, and leave. She ensured that she truly connected with people, breaking barriers that had never been challenged before. At a time when fear and misinformation surrounded AIDS, Diana made headlines by hugging patients, showing the world that kindness was stronger than fear. She held the hands of leprosy patients.
Well, I think the princess actually helped get that message across by the mere fact that she wasn't wearing gloves and the mere fact that she shook hands with the patients.
Walked through active minefields and fought for the most vulnerable. She transformed the way the royal family interacted with the public, proving that being royal wasn't just about wearing crowns and waving from balconies, but also making a real difference. But behind the fairy tale image, Diana struggled with the pressures of royal life. She once confided in Newfoundland's premier, Brian Peckford, that adjusting to the strict rules and expectations of the royal family was overwhelming. However, instead of letting it defeat her, she found strength in her charity work. By 1991, she had attended nearly 400 official engagements in a single year, an incredible feat that showed her dedication to using her platform for good. Her work was so impactful that Stephen Lee, leader of the UK Institute of Charity Fundraising Managers, called her the most significant charitable figure of the 20th century. Even today, Diana's influence can be seen in the royal family. Both Catherine and Meghan Markle have been compared to her, not just for their fashion sense, but for their ability to connect with people. Like Diana, they have used their roles to break royal barriers, making the monarchy feel more modern and relatable. Whether through charity work or their down-to-earth approach, it's clear they have taken inspiration from Diana's legacy. Diana may no longer be here, but her impact is undeniable. She changed the royal family forever, making it more human, more compassionate, and more connected to the people. Even now, the world continues to be inspired by the princess with a heart of gold, the battle over Diana's legacy. There's a long-standing debate about whether royal heirlooms, like jewelry, should be passed down through the monarchy without personal attachment. Some argue that it's just tradition, while others feel a sense of disrespect when Camilla wears jewelry that once belonged to Princess Diana. To many, It feels like an erasure of Diana's legacy, while others insist it's simply part of royal protocol. The real drama begins when Camilla steps out wearing pieces that Diana once wore. This is where the divide becomes clear. Is it simply about tradition, or is it a quiet rejection of Diana's lasting influence? One famous piece of jewelry tied to this controversy is the Spencer Tiara, which Diana wore on her wedding day to Prince Charles. When Kate Middleton married Prince William in 2011, many assumed she would wear the Spencer Tiara as a tribute to her late mother-in-law. However, it wasn't even an option. Unlike many royal jewels, the Spencer Tiara isn't part of the crown's collection. It belongs to Diana's birth family, the Spencers. Despite Kate's marriage into the royal family, the Spencers made it clear that the tiara would stay with them. Even Princess Charlotte, Diana's only granddaughter, will not inherit it. Instead, the tiara is expected to be passed down through Diana's nieces or cousins, keeping it within the Spencer bloodline. But this isn't just about the jewelry itself, it's about what it represents. Diana's legacy still carries so much weight, and any decision regarding her memory seems to stir up controversy. That's why any involvement Camilla has with Diana's personal items sparks tension. It's not just about the crown or the jewels, it's about what they symbolize. A recent poll showed just how deep these divisions run. Only 14% of people supported the idea of calling Camilla Queen Camilla. More than a third preferred the title Queen Consort, and nearly a quarter thought she shouldn't have any royal title at all. This shows how far Camilla still has to go to gain full acceptance from the public. Even her previous title, Duchess of Cornwall, was more popular than her current one. But why does Camilla still face so much resistance, even after all these years? Camilla's journey from Duchess to Queen is a complicated one. Her relationship with Prince Charles, however, is what made her infamous. Before and during both of their first marriages, the world watched one of the most controversial love triangles in royal history unfold. Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973, but her connection with Charles never truly ended. In 1995, she was divorced, and by 2005, she became Charles's wife. Their wedding at Windsor Guildhall and the church service at St. George's Chapel marked a significant moment, but it was also a moment that made many people uneasy. Camilla's past, especially her involvement with Charles while he was still married to Diana, has always been a source of controversy. It's hard for some to accept her as the future queen because of how she came into the royal family. Even after all these years, Diana's shadow looms large, and anything connected to her still causes ripples in royal circles. The controversy surrounding Camilla's title and her wearing of Diana's jewelry reflects a deeper issue: the struggle for acceptance, both within the royal family and with the public. But as Camilla secures her place in royal history, another figure is drawing attention, one who carries Diana's legacy in a new way. Could Princess Charlotte play a bigger role in the future of the monarchy? Camilla's rise, Charlotte's spotlight. On September 8, 2022, the world was struck by the passing of Queen Elizabeth II.
This is BBC News from London. Buckingham Palace has announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
And with her death, her son Charles ascended the throne as King Charles III. His wife Camilla became the Queen Consort. Less than a year later, on May 6, 2023, Charles and Camilla were crowned together at Westminster Abbey. But Camilla's journey to the crown is about far more than just romance and scandal. Since 1994, she's cultivated her own public identity, focusing on causes such as raising awareness for osteoporosis, supporting victims of domestic abuse, promoting literacy, advocating for animal welfare, and fighting poverty. Now as Queen, Camilla represents the monarchy at official events, patronizing numerous charities and speaking up for important social causes. However, her rise from being the other woman to Queen hasn't been without its challenges. Public opinion remains divided, with many unable to forget her role in the heartbreak of Princess Diana. Despite this ongoing controversy, Camilla has firmly established herself in royal history, even if not everyone is thrilled about her position. The story of Camilla and Charles's first meeting has its twists. It was 1971 when they were introduced by a mutual friend, Lucia Santa Cruz. They instantly formed a bond, but many royal insiders believe that Charles never had a genuine chance to marry Camilla back then. His cousin, Patricia Naboul, later revealed that the palace didn't believe Camilla was suitable for the royal role. Despite these early obstacles, the two maintained their connection, and in 2005 they made their engagement official. The engagement ring, a spectacular square-cut diamond with 3 smaller diamonds on each side, was an heirloom from Charles's grandmother, the Queen Mother. Their journey toward marriage was not without controversy. As the future head of the Church of England, Charles marrying a divorced woman was a highly sensitive subject, yet the Queen, the government, and the Church all gave their approval, making their union official. Queen Elizabeth wasted no time making it clear that Camilla was part of the royal family for good. Within 2 years of their marriage, she gave Camilla the Greville Tiara, a stunning piece from the Queen Mother's collection, a clear message that Camilla was here to stay. While Camilla's transition into the role of queen has sparked debates, the true spotlight of the royal family now belongs to a younger generation, especially Princess Charlotte. Born on May 2, 2015, Princess Charlotte immediately captured the nation's heart. After her birth, Charlotte lived at Anmer Hall in Norfolk before the family moved to Kensington Palace in 2017. She first attended Wilcox Nursery School and later joined her older brother Prince George at Thomas's Battersea, where she was affectionately known as Charlotte Cambridge. Today, Charlotte is quickly becoming the rising star of the royal family. In 2022, however, everything changed. William and Kate relocated their family to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor, and all 3 children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, transferred to Lambrook School in Berkshire. That same year, Queen Elizabeth passed away, and Charlotte suddenly found herself third in line to the throne. Despite William and Kate's efforts to give her a normal childhood, Charlotte has already begun taking on public duties. She attends royal events, meets diplomats, and is slowly learning the responsibilities of a future monarch. But imagine being just 8 years old and knowing that one day you might be queen. That's Charlotte's reality. Beneath the glamour, there's another aspect to Charlotte that mirrors her late grandmother Diana. She possesses the same natural charm that made Diana beloved around the world. She's confident, warm, and already showing signs of handling royal pressures with grace. However, just like Diana, Charlotte is growing up in a family that can't seem to escape drama, particularly when it comes to Camilla and the ongoing tensions surrounding Diana's legacy. As Catherine steps into the spotlight, the legacy of love and loss is ever present, symbolized by William's engagement ring, a piece of history that ties the past to the future of the royal family. How does this ring represent the royal journey ahead? The iconic engagement ring. When Prince William proposed to Kate Middleton, he made a deeply personal decision to give her his late mother's engagement ring. This 12-carat sapphire, surrounded by diamonds.
Have a look at it. What kind of ring is it? Are you an expert on what's...
I'm not an expert on it at all. I've been reliably informed it's a sapphire with some diamonds, but I'm sure everyone recognises it from previous times.
Was not just a symbol of his love for Catherine, but also a tribute to his mother, Princess Diana. William explained that the ring felt right because it represented both his love for Catherine and the emotional connection he shared with his late mother. What made this ring even more meaningful was its connection to the royal family's tradition of Welsh gold. Though the gold itself isn't scientifically special, its importance stems from its rich history and royal association. The royal family's bond with Welsh gold began in 1911 when Prince Edward, the future king, became the Prince of Wales during a grand ceremony at Caernarfon Castle. Since then, Welsh gold has been used in key royal events, including the coronation of Prince Charles in 1969 and continued through William's proposal. The use of Welsh gold isn't just a reminder of the past, but also a way to keep traditions alive while moving forward. After the engagement, William also gave Catherine a thoughtful gift to celebrate the birth of their first child. It was a diamond bracelet that symbolized their growing family and their deepening bond. Today, she wears it alongside her engagement and wedding rings. As for the Welsh gold, while it may sound like something rare and precious, it's simply gold that's mined in Wales. Its true significance lies in its royal ties, and it's become a symbol of tradition within the family. Despite its ordinary nature, Welsh gold has garnered excitement due to its historical significance, and the royal family continues to use it as part of their legacy. The royal family's use of Welsh gold is just one example of how they combine tradition with sentiment. When William proposed, he not only honored his mother's memory, but also continued a long-standing royal tradition. But what other royal treasures might Catherine wear that have equally profound stories? Catherine's jewelry collection isn't limited to engagement rings or wedding gifts. She has a number of stunning bracelets and other pieces that carry deep meaning. At one event, Catherine wore a simple yet stunning diamond bracelet paired with matching stud earrings. The minimalist style perfectly reflected her elegance, timeless and refined, yet never overly flashy. Every piece she wears tells a unique story of the royal family's history, of her relationship with William, and her place in this world of tradition and ceremony. Some of Catherine's most treasured pieces have been gifts from her father-in-law, King Charles. After Catherine and William announced their engagement, Charles gifted her a special bracelet. It wasn't an extravagant piece, but it held great sentimental value. The bracelet was a simple chain with 2 discs, each engraved with Catherine and William's initials. This gesture symbolized the close bond Catherine shared with Charles, and it marked her place in the royal family. In addition to the bracelet, Charles also surprised Catherine with a breathtakingly expensive jewelry set. Valued at around £90,000, it included a bracelet, ring, and earrings made from diamonds and various types of gold. These pieces weren't just taken from the royal collection, they were custom-made for Catherine. Though she didn't wear the entire set on her wedding day, she wore the bracelet at her first solo royal event in July. It was a powerful statement of her readiness to step into her role and represent the royal family with confidence. Catherine's collection also includes some of the most iconic tiaras in the royal collection. One of her favorites is the Cambridge Lover's Knot Tiara, which she wore to a state dinner in 2016. Originally created in 1914 for Queen Mary, the tiara features pearls and diamonds and was famously worn by Princess Diana. Another significant tiara is the Cartier Halo Tiara, which Catherine wore on her wedding day. Originally owned by Queen Elizabeth II, it perfectly complemented Catherine's wedding dress and added a regal touch to her entrance as a future royal. The stories behind Catherine's jewelry reflect the deep ties she has to royal history. When she wears a piece from the royal collection or a gift from King Charles, she isn't just adorning herself, but also connecting to the past while shaping her own place in the royal family. Each item holds a special meaning, making them more than just precious gems. They are symbols of love, tradition, and family. For Catherine, these pieces serve as constant reminders of her journey, from a commoner to a member of one of the world's most famous families. As she continues to step into her royal role, her jewelry will always carry the weight of those connections. What do you think about Catherine and Camilla's relationship? Do you believe the tension between them would soon blow over, or do you think their clashes could be a sign of deeper issues? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.